at the DNC. Bitter Biden regurgitates hoaxes. I can't believe it. After all these years, this man still thinks this stuff is true. Or perhaps he thinks you're dumb enough to believe it. Or perhaps his dementia-addled brain doesn't remember that somebody's been like, that never happened, dude. That never happened. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. We are your internet dads, and we here Monday through Friday on rumble.com/internet dads or YouTube or on X to read the news and give our very valuable opinions, to share our wisdom with you, our perspective. It's very valuable, right?
Does it look good enough?
Yeah, it's great.
I think so.
Gentlemen, before we get into this very intense presidential stuff, when your wife asks you, does this look good?
Yes, it does.
What is the... She cannot hear you.
But that's not the final answer. You initially have to answer with yes, it does look good.
Yes, it looks good. I am serious.
This man is my best friend. If he wasn't, I would murder him. Like, seriously, he's beautiful and he gets away with so much because he's attractive. If the dude was ugly, I wouldn't tolerate with half this crap.
All right. My question for Deacon and other men is, do you lead with immediately it looks good, or do you lead immediately with like critical, but yeah, it looks okay?
No, you go into the critical.
It's about you. It is about... It's
literally about me.
No, you have to say,
so,
yes, you do look...
This is a fake thing. I never do this, but I needed something quick.
I think it looks good. That was true, but that wasn't...
Am I faking it? I don't know. I gotta go check. My girlfriend says it looks good,
so
that's all I care about.
My question was, do you open the door with... Yeah, I know. Do you open with it looks good no matter what, and then lean into like, well, you could do this, or
so
are you just...
No, you've got to do that depending
on your friend, not your wife.
I am just honest, and I tell you it looks good because it looks good.
And I can read you like a book anyway.
Can't read.
Coloring book.
So you have to... oh, my Lord. You tell me when it's good to explain.
You're good. Okay. You're good.
You have to lead into yes. You have to start with yes.
Right.
Then you have to... It depends on the woman. You have to... You have to find out what she doesn't like about the outfit and then reassure her that that's okay, because
I actually really like this one.
Every woman will have something that they personally don't like about the outfit. They're not going to tell you what they don't like about the outfit.
Oh, no, you get to play this.
You have to know what they don't like about the outfit. And if you don't guess it, you're still in trouble and wrong. So I have learned over the years to be like, sweetheart, if you were bald wearing a garbage sack, I would think you were the absolute most beautiful thing on the earth. That works.
Well, it wasn't really about, she just prompted it, but it was really about like, what's your strategy? Young men, what's your strategy, Fran? Because let me tell you, you're going to have that dilemma. Because sometimes you'll be like, that looks terrible.
The problem is our women have grown up in a society for about 70 or 80 years that tells them that they need to look like a certain way in order for men to be attracted to you. And that is the biggest lie I've ever heard in my life. All right. These women that walk around that are the ones that are supposed to be supermodel attractive.
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, they're not pretty to me at all.
I agree with you. Right. I agree with you.
You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And when our society realizes that, you know, the person that loves you. If you've got a big wart on your freaking nose, or you've got scarring across your face, or you don't
look right past that stuff. If that's
big whatever. I don't see that stuff.
Right.
I don't see that stuff.
I mean, can I say conversely though? Wow, there is no beautiful woman standard, really. I think there is an ugly woman standard for sure. Sure.
No.
Come on.
No. My dad used to say this. He used to say, Bub, they're all babies. You got pretty babies, you got ugly babies, you got really ugly babies, but they're all babies.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's do the news.
Yeah, I've got some cool AI stuff. We hadn't had AI in a while.
I know. I just can't ignore the fact that the DNC is happening, but I mean, it is complete
would like to.
garbage.
I made my first X post in a while. Would you like to see my?
I will not only
X post?
see it, I will go like
Will you retweet it? Retweet it.
I will retweet it.
So let me go.
What is it called? It's not retweet.
Re-exit.
Oh, Anika followed me. Yeah, let's see. Where's Dad Deek? How come I didn't get a notification? Is it Dad? Yeah, Dad Deacon.
Here, I'll just pull it up. You'll have to switch me over because I'm not.
Oh, yeah. Let me fix that. I apologize. I swear I sent an email. They just don't really want to change stuff for me.
Nah, they
all right.
Change it.
Show me your tweet. Your tweet. Look at that. At Dad Deacon. If you guys are not already, go follow Dad Deacon.
So there's my tweet. As a lifelong Kentuckian who can trace my family's roots to Kentucky into the early 1800s, Andy Beshear does not speak for the majority of Kentuckians. The majority, like 98% of us. So there you go. That was my first tweet in a long time today. And
just about your and hey, you've got I think 13 views on that tweet right now. So and it just went up a couple. So
13
yeah.
Did you? You reposted it. You're the one that reposted.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just reposted it. You wandered over to X solely to disavow Andy Beshear.
In contrast, the last time here, let me reshare that. I'll show you my other tweets on my page here. Here's the one. I made this one. I didn't steal this one. I made this one. I'm going to tell my kids this was a prophet. With
George Carlin. George Carlin was an avowed atheist. He did not believe in God, and he was a very funny man. But
but what I mean by that joke is that everything that he has said about the government and everything has come true. So that's I had the picture of him and Dogma was perfect for the little going to tell my kids this was a prophet. He has prophesied so many things in the government that
he was just a clear thinker that could recognize things directly in front of him
and convey it in a way that was very hilarious.
All right, let's do the news. The news. We have go. Everybody's excited. Joe Biden has Joe Biden has repeated a debunked very fine people claim during his DNC speech in 2017. Quote, "I'm not talking about neo-Nazis and the white nationalists because they should be condemned." That's what Trump said. He immediately disavowed neo-Nazis and white nationalists, but that didn't stop the media for 7 years repeating this very fine people on both sides hoax. During the Democratic National Convention last night, Joe Biden repeated the debunked claim. He has brought up the very fine people claim many times throughout his presidency, most recently during his infamous debate with Trump in late June. Biden also cited the event as his reason to run for president in 2020. The president once again referenced the debunked claim during the Monday night speech and framed the November election as a battle for the soul of America. How come we keep having to have this same battle for the soul of America? Here is, bear with me, folks. This is your president. It's y'all's fault. Y'all voted for him. Here we go.
I ran for president in 2020 because of what I saw in Charlottesville in August of 2017. Extremists coming out of the woods, carrying torches. Their
this is good, dude. Listen.
Bulging.
Veins bulging.
Necks, carrying Nazi swastikas.
They're carrying swastikas?
The same exact anti-Semitic bile that was heard in Germany in the early
They were
30s.
carrying swastikas?
Christ, save me now.
White supremacists.
Oh, my gosh.
The Ku Klux Klan.
The Ku Klux Klan made a reappearance in Charlottesville? I didn't remember that.
The White House. That they saw as an ally.
What is he
They didn't
talking
even
about?
bother to wear their hoods.
They didn't.
Oh, it was
Hate was on the
Ku
march in
Klux,
America.
So who
Ku
was
Klux
the-
Klan without
Old
hoods.
ghosts
So who's the
New
guys that
farmers.
always wear the hoods?
stirring up the oldest division.
Well, I don't know, but how do you know, Joe? How do you know that there was the Ku Klux Klan if they were not wearing the hoods?
They know. He knows that it was the Ku Klux Klan, and he knows because they were carrying Nazi
know he knows.
swastikas. The reason is because Corn Pop and his uncle, the cannibal,
Right.
they all had a brunch here this
Mhm.
past, and they were informing him on this.
That's not what I heard. What I heard was that Joe was still on the Democrats' email list, and so he got an invite from the Ku Klux Klan to attend the rally, but leave your hood at home. That's what I heard.
Considering the Ku Klux Klan was a Democratic, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I'm not playing the rest of this. So now, hilariously, they made Biden wait until like super late at night. So he was probably extra grumpy because, you know, he goes to bed at 8:00, you know, he takes his Metamucil and whatever he does at night. And he's often in bed by 8 p.m., but they made him stay up till like 11 o'clock to be able to get up there and bemoan his you know, not running for president in 2024.
I hear cocaine's a hell of a drug.
There is no evidence, except for some evidence at the White House, that anybody at the White House was doing coke, except for bags of coke. Joe Biden is slated to skip the Obama speech at the DNC. 3 vulnerable state Democrats have also opted not to attend the public political gathering in Chicago. So you got some borderline senators that are like,
that's the greatest picture. Scroll back up and look at that. Man, you can tell that those two individuals, the way that they're looking at each other, that they are deeply, deeply in love with each other.
In love? That looks to me like the public grin of secretly hiding resentment, resentment and loathing.
No, you don't have "you're my best friend, you're my best friend" going through your head. That's such a
I should make that video
picture of human joy.
I should montage them holding hands. Are there any photos of? You know what? There can be. Just a second.
Hang on. Holding hands.
Hang on, just a second.
No, read the story. I got to go get my coffee.
All right.
I'm listening to you.
New reports indicate that Joe Biden will skip former President Barack Obama's speech at the 2024 Democratic National Convention. The incumbent Democrat, who is scheduled to address the convention Monday night, harbors resentment against his fellow Democrats. Biden ended his bid for the re-election in June 21st after months of mounting concern about his viability boiled over following a weak debate performance in late June and surging Republican support for Donald Trump after the July 13th assassination attempt. Biden served as Obama's vice president from 2009 to 2017. Despite their formerly close ties, Biden is not expected to stay in Chicago for Obama's speech Tuesday, per the Guardian. According to Politico, Biden has told his closest aides and associates that he is coming to terms with his decision to bow out of the presidential race last month, but still harbors some frustration towards members of his own party he believes pushed him out. President Biden is frustrated that Barack Obama would not tell him to his face that he should leave the race. He's angry with Nancy Pelosi and views her as ruthless for ushering him out the door, and he's still miffed at the role that Chuck Schumer played too. So that's true. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi is ruthless. That's a good word to describe Nancy Pelosi.
So you mean to tell me that the 3 people that we've been screaming are controlling everything since the beginning are controlling everything? Oh, that's weird. Hang on. Let me get my conspiracy. I got a conspiracy board right here. It's got just hundreds of conspiracy theories that I've listed over the years, and I am Xing them out as they come true. So just let me.
Yeah. Just thank God it's not a quarter jar. If you had a quarter jar,
I'd be a thousandaire right now. All right. Cool. What else political with the DNC? Andy Bashir spoke, and I really don't give a crap what he said.
Yeah, you did say that he spoke at the DNC. I don't know what he said. You must know. You must know. Don't you know?
Let me see if I can find a story. I read it this morning.
Oh, come on, Grok. You can do better than that.
Here we go. Here we go. I got you, bro. Look at this guy.
There it is. Look at this. This is amazing. You are my best friend.
What do you? Oh, good Lord. All right, I got you, Andy Bashir.
AI. Groggin's the best AI because there's no restrictions. You can do. It's not going to stop you. Best AI.
Hadley Duvall is one of the bravest people I've ever met.
Who? Who's Hadley
Duvall? Oh, Hadley Duvall?
Ooh, hang on.
I don't know.
We got the wide world of webs. HADLEY Hadley Duvall. 3 women who thrust abortion into the spotlight. Kentucky's Hadley Duvall shares her emotional story at the DNC. Ooh, let's go and see Hadley Duvall.
Oh.
Duvall was raped and became pregnant with her stepfather's child at 12 years old. Ooh, it's want me to disable my ad blocker.
Yeah.
Hang on. Great.
Sorry, Hadley.
Site. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's terrible. Hang on.
Nobody wants that.
Okay, so close ad. Kentuckians have known the name Hadley Duvall for some time. Well, not this Kentuckian. I've lived here 47 years. But on Monday night, millions of people across the country heard her emotional story. Duvall of Owensboro. Owensboro is right over there. How come I haven't heard of her? It's right there.
Did you know that?
By her stepfather. I've only worked in radio for 30 years.
Yeah, right. Anytime you say "but" in a sentence, it means everything I said first is not true.
So let me just point out here really quickly. Am I even sharing this page?
Yeah, you are. You are. Or you
got
Andy Bashir.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me show.
There's a little button at the top of the browser that says "Share this page instead." That's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
Just let me do it my way, dude. Okay. What about now? What about now?
Sure.
Okay. So there's Hadley. There's Hadley.
Yeah.
So yeah, first of all, I'd like to point out what it's first said in these first 2 statements. Kentuckians have known the name Hadley Duvall for some time, not me. Duvall of Owensboro was raped by her stepfather when she was 12 years old, became pregnant with his child. I have worked in radio for 30 years. I have read the news 5 days a week for 30 years of local news on the air in some form or another. And Owensboro is an hour and a half away. How come I've never heard of this? Okay. Anyway, whatever. She was featured in an ad for Governor Andy Bashir last year during his re-election campaign, became a vocal advocate for abortion rights. On Monday, she stood the stage, told her story. Donald Trump calls total abortion bans a beautiful thing. So what a beautiful about having blah, 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 blah. She had a miscarriage. Okay, there's her story. That's terrible. I don't want to hear.
Hold on. Do you see that total abortion bans that's made up? That was in brackets because that's not anything that Trump has said.
Well, and a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You know how he does. So I mean, this is 5 minutes long. I don't want to really.
I'm amazed at the courage it takes to share her pain, to share her.
That's great.
All over our country.
This guy.
In Kentucky, we put reproductive freedom on the ballot last November, and I beat Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell's hand-picked candidate by more than 5 percentage points.
I'd like to point out that Kentucky has 120 counties, 120 separate counties in Kentucky. Mm-hmm. He lost 117 of them. He won 3 counties. And in those 3 counties that he just said, that caused him to win. Those 3 counties contain the 3 of the largest cities in Kentucky. Democracy. So when I say on my tweet that he doesn't speak for 98% of Kentuckians, he doesn't. There's a lot of us out here that he does not represent. that does not represent the majority of how the majority of people live in Kentucky. You have a couple of cities that have a lot of people in there, but the majority of true Kentuckians don't agree, do not like this man. And the
Right.
ones that do are these low intelligence people that couldn't tell you who, the Secretary of State was. So I don't like Bashir. I didn't like his dad. I was younger then, and I didn't really understand politics as well as I do now. But I saw, I was 18 and I was starting to see the stuff, and I was starting to, it's like my son, Alex, and he was saying something last night, and he goes, we were talking about, he said in our history class, they were talking about blah, blah, blah. And he had this term, and I was like, what is that? And he said, it's when people from another country come over here when they're like 8 or 9 months pregnant and they have a baby. I was like, oh yeah, that's been going on forever. I was like, the Mexican women, they used to say they do that all the time, And he was like,
Right.
well, I don't think that's right. And blah, 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 blah. And we sparked a conversation of us talking. He's 16 years old, and he goes, it's all about playing the game. And I was like, son, that's a very adult thought. I said, once you become an adult, you realize that there's no right decision. You're going to make someone, you're going to make someone upset with any decision that you make. It's a double-edged sword. It's a rock in a hard place. I was telling him, I said, this is what all those little cliches mean.
Okay, so one, is Andy Bashir correct that he put abortion on the ballot and that abortion won on the ballot? Is that what he's saying?
No, he's I think what he's trying to do is reword it to where he said he beat Daniel Cameron. Trump's handpicked Daniel Cameron. He went up against Daniel Cameron for the Republican.
So did you guys pass abortion? Is abortion illegal or legal, or who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly don't know in Kentucky. I don't know. I just
okay.
You know what?
Wow.
I feel this is how I look at it. This is how I look at it. I personally have a belief about it that's very strong, and it's based on history and all this crap. Religion and all this crap is my personal belief. But
okay,
I feel sorry for that little girl. It's a tough decision.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want that to happen to her. I don't want that to happen to her.
Yeah. So what do? You're the one that has to make that decision, not me. So,
right. Yeah, that's tough. And you know what? I mean, like the ruling from Roe v. Wade says every state gets to make their own laws, and instead of the federal government telling you what the law is, not the federal government passing a law, because that never happened. Roe versus Wade was 5 guys on a bench that just decided, and then it was law for 50 years. But now it's your state gets to decide what is allowed to be in your state where you live. And by the way, the Democrats keep lying and saying that Trump is going to do a nationwide abortion ban. Trump has said, I don't want anything to do with that. We're not doing a nationwide ban. We're not doing a federal law at all. The entire point of everything he did was to take it out of the court, take it out of Roe v. Wade, send it back to the states. These rights are reserved for the states. So the states get to decide what your law is. And in some states, abortion is practically banned. And in other states, well, I mean, you can, get a frequent flyer card.
Okay. This is a very touchy subject, and
it sure is.
I have a personal belief that if I even stated my tinfoil hat theory on here, we'd get banned on Rumble. All right. I believe there is a reason they're trying to ban a majority of the abortions in America, and it's a tinfoil hat reason. That's my
who's trying to ban? Who's trying to ban it?
Anyway,
okay, all right.
Let's change the subject. I don't want to. Right. It's like you said. This is a touchy one that everybody has.
And I'm not trying to tell you what
got here. I was just talking about Andy Bashir, and
the reason we got here is because the DNC parked an abortion bus outside of their convention, and they're offering free vasectomies and abortions, and they're booked up. That's how we got here. This is the DNC platform. All right.
Everyone has their own journey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I guess. Now I heard my feelings about it. Speaking, let's finish this more off politics, I think. Trump said that he would offer Tesla CEO Elon Musk a cabinet position, but he also might end the electric vehicle tax credit. So right now, if you buy an electric car, you get like a big old tax rebate to claim on your taxes. So that might go away, but we may have Elon Musk, who's the only person the Biden administration doesn't include in their electric vehicle policies. He might actually be nominated for a cabinet position. He would consider naming Elon Musk. He doesn't say which one. Trump and Musk recently discussed Musk's potential role in a government commission about national debt, but a cabinet position was not mentioned. Trump indicated he might reverse the $7,500 tax credit for rich people. All right.
So,
what do you think?
I have another story that kind of goes along with this now, because Trump is a very smart guy. Elon's a smart guy. They have to be up to date on the latest tech and the latest technology that's going on, right? Across the world, right? Electric vehicles, are they the future? Are they really the future? Or do we need to turn to, some of our smarter world, patrons that have a history of innovation? I'm talking about the Japanese. The Japanese are saying, forget about hydrogen and all existing fuels. The future is magnetic levitation. All right. It works just like you're thinking, but it's not like you're thinking. It's not floating cars on the road. It's an engine with magnetic levitating parts that move and create the energy through magnetic force.
I would love to know how this works.
There is not a video.
Oh, okay.
But there is a hang on, let me go.
They describe it. Every bit, I don't know if this is electricity, but every bit of electricity is generated by a turbine of some kind, a turbine.
Right.
Spinning thing with a magnet.
So here, the development of this revolutionary technology has been marked by several interesting aspects. The overcoming eddy dampening. One of the greatest difficulties turning into a nightmare was eddy dampening. The phenomenon means that an oscillating system will lose energy over time as the effect of one force or another. So the team that created this technology belongs to Quantum Machines Unit. It's located in Okinawa and specializes. It utilizes principles of quantum mechanics when designing their devices. Hence, the works that resulted in this innovation explore the limits of classical systems. And while this technology has been mainly concerned with transportation, new avenues of ultra-sensitive sensors and active control of oscillating platforms in a number of scientific areas have been made. Let's see. It is a thick square plate designed by the team to make a thin plate of what? Yeah, this one, it just describes this vacuum tube, the plates in there, the magnetic things, magnets that they created with graphite beads and silica and stuff. It's very interesting. So, I mean, this is nothing that, if you watch a lot of those old conspiracy videos and stuff, and I mean, I know you don't, but different types of engines and different types of engines have been created for over 100 years now. The combustion engine is the one that took off because we could sell it. And because gasoline has got the highest condensed energy per, portability. So like you can take a gallon of gas and generate a lot of energy. There's almost an unlimited supply of it, despite what they have tried to teach you for 100 years. There's not specific spots of oil. It's everywhere. There's tons of it. There's tons of it. It's just getting to it. That's the challenge. If I had tons of oil and I wanted to sell it to you and I knew it was everywhere and you could just find it yourself, I would really try to make you believe that there's not very much of it and that there's no use in doing it.
Well, no, I mean, it's legitimately, legitimately that we have overcome technical challenges to be able to get to where the oil is. And then depending on where you are in the earth, some of the oil is like incredibly unusable. You know, it has to be processed a lot. For instance, I think the oil like in Venezuela has tons of oil, but it also has to be heavily processed to be able to use it. Whereas we have a tremendous amount of oil here in the United States, but we have to go down deep to get a lot of it. Do you know that they can drill? You imagine drilling for oil. You imagine a pipe goes down, right? It goes down, and then it turns 90 degrees and goes off in other directions. They can drive these pipes. It is wild.
Yeah,
Anyway,
do you? I get you have a lot more oil fields. You get into the central. You start going into central Kentucky, and you'll see the oil pumps out there in fields and stuff. But you don't see the big ones. They're like medium sized or whatnot. But I guess you have a bunch in Texas.
Oh yeah, we got tons. Yeah, and we have offshore drilling too. So they go through. Anyway,
maybe
it's drill. I mean,
backyard. You think you could do one in your backyard and like some extra income?
I'd honestly be surprised if I even own the mineral rights under my house, and I would be surprised if you own the mineral rights under your house. Because
I don't want to own the mineral rights under my house. Kentucky is clay. I've got nothing underneath me but clay, dude. If the big one hits, I'm just going to disintegrate.
Okay.
Do you want to continue on an AI story here?
We can get to AI.
Political crap.
Only that the United States says that Iran cyber operations have targeted the Trump and Harris campaigns. So, according to the FBI, wink, wink, the U.S. is accusing Iran of operations against both the presidential campaigns too, attempting to influence the American public. So, according to the FBI, wink, wink, it's evil Iran that is doing stuff that's lying to you. Wink. That's it. All right, we're done with political stuff.
All right, I got a cool AI story for you here. We don't have our little AI stuff anymore because it's on Rumble.
No, it's on Rumble. And let's see, I don't think I have a song for it, do I? Oh, wait, maybe I do have this.
Beep bop boogie.
That's not AI.
That's our UFO. Beep bop boop. This is AI News.
I need to remake the videos, to be honest. Go on.
Iron Cub 3, the world's first jet-powered humanoid, could transform disaster relief. Look at this thing. Isn't that scary?
Looks like a creepy ass baby doll with rocket boosters on.
I have a fear in this world. Some people are scared of clowns and stuff like that. Let me tell you what my fear is. I have one. It's not spiders. It's not heights. It's not anything. I don't like those things. My fear is dolls. Those creepy ass. I don't like dolls, dude. I don't like them. There's some dolls that are just freaking creepy to me. And you're right. That's what I thought of when I looked at this. I'm like, I don't like this. Wait a minute. I got you.
Here you go, Deke. Look at here. It's put a rocket booster on this thing right there.
Oh, I was going to show the video. Oh, stop. God.
There you go.
God, get that off. Seriously, I don't like it. It's not big enough.
Oh, wow. Turn that volume to 60%.
I'm trying to get it to bigonate, to enlarge, and it's not doing it.
Wow. It's like that. Are you zoomed in have you zoomed your font on your screen so that you can read it 900%?
Yeah.
That's why you can't do anything.
I got to zoom it up to 150%. Shut up.
Just get your other readers out.
It's just not enlarging. You're just going to have to watch it.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to zoom it in.
No, okay.
There you go. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You know, they were thinking like, oh, this will make it look friendly and human.
You put a blue helmet on it, it looks like Mega Man. Oh my god, you put a blue helmet on it, it looks like Mega Man.
For real. Actually, you guys should be doing that.
I don't want to see these nerds. I want to see that thing. Fire this bitch up.
And
for real, it didn't take off.
It didn't do. That's lame. Cut to black.
All right.
That was.
But that would
right.
put some blue armor on it, blue helmet. That's Mega Man.
You're gonna have to put a gun on it if it's Mega Man. So we need AI. We need AI inside of that robot. Keep that creepy face, but put a helmet on it, and then it can flip it up, and you'd be like, ugh.
God almighty.
Oh, it's still showing. That's just my regular search history right there.
So, what grades are your daughters in?
Kindergarten and first grade. Just started kindergarten. Just started first grade.
I've got junior, freshman, sixth grade, seventh grade. I don't know. I lose count. I can't remember all their names. So how would you feel? I don't remember. How would you feel if your children went to school and were taught by AI?
Well, why would they be going to school then?
Good question. Good question. Maybe
what am I paying for exactly?
Maybe our friends over in the UK can answer that for us. Over in London, the UK will let students around the age of 15 use AI tools before taking standardized exams next year, despite experts warning that they can make for a poor replacement for human teachers. David Game College's pilot project is meant to help students who are struggling to keep up, and also the students far outpacing the others. Students will benefit enormously from AI-powered adaptive learning, which allows every student to learn at their own pace rather than having to keep pace with a class, which often progresses too quickly for some students and too slowly for others. I have to say, JJ, I've got a money.
Still showing.
Close that.
Stop sharing.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna go back and watch that. I'm sure my reaction was pretty good. So I've made this statement before because it was made to me one time and I was profound to me. Okay. I was in the gifted program from 3rd grade to 6th grade before we went to middle school. In elementary school, I was in the gifted program. Every Thursday, I went to a special class at a different school with all these people, with only like 3 people from my school. And we did play Beowulf and worked on robots and did art and did all this crap. Okay.
Right.
So someone, and as I've gotten older, I've talked to these other people that were in the gifted program, and like 70% of us are like, yeah, we didn't really do much with our life. You know, we weren't innovators like everybody said. I work in radio for 30 years, and, it's kind of, we've got a good life. I'm not complaining at all, but, it's like, you're going to change the world. No, I didn't change the world.
Gifted is relative, I guess.
Yeah. So somebody pointed out to me one time, they said, do you know that special education classes and gifted classes are the same thing? Yeah. And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, they're both designed for the students that are either too slow or too fast. And it's to keep you busy. And I'm like, wow. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. So my son, Deacon, when he was in early elementary school, he was always getting in trouble for talking. Imagine my son getting in trouble for talking, always getting in trouble for talking. And we finally found out that he had straight A's. He was learning this stuff in 5 minutes when she would talk about it for 30. So will AI help the kids that are struggling? And maybe not even these kids that need a special class. Maybe these are the kids that are in class that don't quite grasp what a fraction is when everybody else, but they don't want to raise their hand and ask because they don't want to look like the dumb kid. But they still don't. But so they go through the test and they make a D, and they never really quite understand when maybe this could help them.
So I actually know a little bit about this because my wife knows quite a bit about this. So this adaptive learning stuff, it's actually pretty smart, but it's not, but okay, it's an additional expense. So adaptive learning is this. So traditionally, like when we were in school, it was like a teacher and a textbook and like homework assignments and stuff like that. And many years since then, the school they still obviously have teachers and textbooks, but now they have online resources. Yeah.
I'm going to close this tab.
There's no more homework? They're getting choppy.
I'm going to close this tab. I think it's screwing things up.
So now, and for the last 10 years or so, there's been schools that have had online portions of school or even entirely online schools since the pandemic. And there is one of the things that has developed are online resources to supplement your education. So you have the teacher teaching, and then you got to log into this portal and you do your homework assignments. Well, all of that stuff started out really rudimentary, which is like, you have a module for this class. Here's the information. Here's a quiz, and you pass fail the quiz. Companies like Newton, I think it's Newton Alta, have innovated on that model by adding AI into the learning loop, so that while the student is doing the module, and then they take in their kind of like little quizzes to see if they are learning or not, especially for hard sciences, so chemistry, think math, things like that. As they fail to pass certain modules, the AI takes an evaluation. It's like, oh, okay, and it adds into the curriculum additional loops to make sure that the kid gets it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I think that's really nice. It's not free, right? It's not free, but, and then we need to look at it like this. Today's AI that does that, tomorrow's AI is going to be a lot better. I made that analogy a long time ago, a couple of years ago, when we first started using AI. I'm like, it's like a 2-month-old. But look how far it's gotten in just 2 years. It's went from a 2-month-old to like a teenager.
So that is like a technology innovation that can deliver improved results. But add on to that stack, traditional publishers that want to keep selling books and keep making money. And now we have them buying these companies and they're not doing as well. And
there's going to have to be some incorporation done. But here's the problem that I have with it. History's told by the winners. All of our books, all of our history books are printed by one or two companies that for the past 40 or 50 years. So whatever they said in that book is what we all take as fact. And so you've got people like me that run around and start talking about things throughout history, that they're like, you're crazy. And I'm like, no, we were taught wrong. So that goes into who's programming the AI to help these kids. It's the same argument I said about in 100 years, people are not going to know the real history. They're going to know what was told in a movie that Steven Spielberg made and took liberties to make, People don't read, they watch movies. So it's the same thing. And AI is this next step to that. We've got to, is it going to give you all the information, or is it going to give you the programmed information?
Right.
It's going to give you information.
Well, yeah. Look, history are the lies that we agree on.
Exactly. History is the lies that we all agree on.
Yeah. We only got a few minutes here, but I want to make sure we hit this. We have breaking news. Disney has reversed course on their bid to block the wrongful death lawsuit by a widower who had Disney Plus. So as you recall, we covered this story, and then after we covered the story, they are backtracking. So
it's because I'm not
telling you, but I'm just
You're just pointing out.
Might be.
It might be.
Yeah,
Another
so
story that we covered about Disney and that we
Yeah.
said would probably not do very well because of things that were going on at the time was that new Disney series, The Acolyte. Did you ever watch any of The Acolyte, JJ?
Sir, I watched all of it, and I'm so excited to find out what happens to the lead characters in. I think it's Asha. I can't remember. The Acolyte canceled. It's canceled. It's canceled. They spent $180 million to make that show. They're not going to make a second season. Why would they?
I don't
cancel
understand
it?
why an LGBTQ Star Wars series didn't do very good.
It was pretty gay. It was pretty gay.
I really don't understand. But I mean, it's a crazy world we live in, so the crazier things have happened, I guess.
It's like a show about the bad guys that are in no way redeemable whatsoever. They're just all awful. Couldn't find an audience. Despite the fact that they had pronouns. It was not good. You guys should watch it. It was pretty not good.
You should watch it. It was pretty not good. Yeah.
All right.
All right. I don't have a song today. I'm sorry. What was my song yesterday? And I'll give you a song real quick. I didn't have a song yesterday either. I'm slacking on the music, man.
You have not been posting them. Have you been posting them? You have not been posting them in the playlist, dude.
I know. I suck.
The last one was Johnny Cash. That was like a week ago.
That was Friday because we did the Craven trailer and it had that The Man Comes Around in it. So I just made that the song of the day.
Oh, yeah. Are you excited about Craven?
No.
Excited is not an appropriate word. I don't feel like.
No, there's really not a movie coming out that I am excited about. I thought there was.
Is that because of us, or is it because of the shows? Is it because of us? Is it because we're old and we're just like not excited about stuff? Is that possible? I don't want it to be that.
I think that is an aspect to it you can't rule out, is that the fact that we're old, because it's on the same hand. Ashley and I will talk about how things taste different. I'm like, oh, that hamburger helper don't taste the same as when I was a kid. And, it's got different ingredients. And she's like, well, you have grown older too. And I'm like, well, it's probably a mixture of both, that's reason. Oh, it don't taste the same when I was a kid. Well, you're older and it probably don't taste the same. It's probably the same with movies. It's the same, I don't give a crap. I went and watched Deadpool and Wolverine at the movie theaters because I got to go with my son. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
I would have watched that at home. I could watch that on Plex right now.
Sir, I don't think you're correct about that. It doesn't.
I might not. I don't think it works that way. Yeah, I don't think I may be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on that. But I went with my son. That's the only reason. There's really no reason. I'm like, oh, I got to go watch that in the movie. No, it's 2024. I can wait a couple of days. What happened, JJ? Look at that face.
I was just scrolling, making sure I wasn't missing anything, and I saw this.
I don't want to see it.
What is going on here? That's the same face I made. So, Deke, back to the beginning of the show about
you got a weird feed, dude.
There is no standard. All women are beautiful, is what you said earlier. I think that's what you said at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, that's right. There's no standard of beauty.
No standard.
All women and men are beautiful. Asterisk. See the little asterisk right there? There it is.
I hear your asterisk, sir. Wow. Why is this on the For You page? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
In your feed. Have you got a joke? Can we tell jokes?
Jeez. Yeah.
If you would like to join our Discord server, all -3 of you watching the show, come over to our Discord server. We share stories, especially if you see stuff and you're like, oh, this is a good story. Come over here and share it with us because we like to talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
or a funny meme,
really
man, that's my favorite channel. When Brian goes
Memes
on
channel is
when Brian goes on one of his monthly meme dumps, man, he'll dump about
he's
15 in
just
there.
constantly
I'm
dumping
like,
memes.
Save. All
Yeah,
right.
I steal his memes too. All right,
I
go ahead.
steal all of his memes. Over the weekend, family and I went on a little road trip. It was kind of cool. We stopped by some roadside attraction. You know, we were trying to, little farmers markets and stuff like that. But there was the world's smallest wind turbine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a roadside attraction. The world's smallest wind turbine. I gotta say, not a big fan.
Okay. Dick, why did the Scarecrow become a professional therapist? Have you seen his therapy ads on YouTube? I get therapy ads all the time on YouTube.
Yeah.
So Scarecrow became a professional therapist. Do you know why?
He was outstanding in his field.
Yes, and listening to everyone's problems without ever interrupting. So,
Ooh, that's a little add-on.
yes.
Very nice.
All right. Thank you for watching. Whenever you guys watched, that was the wrong part. Oh, look at that dog. Look at that doggy. All right. And now the outro will play without a hitch.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter